February the 14th, 2026. Guys, a quick update. We've got some deadly weather coming in. If you get caught in it, that's why I'm saying deadly. This thing could produce some tornadoes before it's all said and done. This is Houston, this is Beaumont, this is Lake Charles, Louisiana, this is Victoria, Texas here. And these are watches and warnings coming up through this area now. Red box, it would be going into a tornado. This is a severe thunderstorm. But all of this area, guys, is in a tornado watch. This front is going to be very dangerous, and it's going to do it through tonight and in the morning, coming through this area into Louisiana, Mississippi, and out into Alabama. Now let's back out just a little bit wider. You can see this line right here, guys, and it's going to continue. We got cooler air back here. We have moisture coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. When all this combines, what it's going to end up doing is once this storm moves a little more east, it's going to be moving north, and you're going to start seeing ice and snow up in Virginia, New York, places like that. But this line is very tight. It's squeezed very closely together. Here's marine warnings popping up down here, and it's just going to continue as it gets squeezed by the cold front, guys. Now we got gale warnings off the coast, on the east coast, off the west coast. You got winter storm warnings and watches through this area. But from central or east central Texas all the way into northwestern Louisiana, guys, we have tornado watches. The orange area are severe thunderstorm warnings, and those could pop up red at any minute, okay? Now notice that the wind is pulling in all along the Gulf Coast from central Florida, Panhandle, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas, because moisture is being pulled in. Again, as this pulls in with this storm and it moves up into this area here, the temperatures change. So if you're not getting snow and ice now, don't think it's not going to happen, because all of this is going to move into your area. Now, you can see as the sun is setting over the central U.S., here's the moisture that's going to create your storms and winter watches in the west, guys. Check this out, from Canada all the way down into California. Notice there's a low pressure spinning right here. This is going to continue to spin and move in this direction, carrying all of this energy with it. You can see the very high clouds and the shadows on the edge of this. And it's a tremendous amount of moisture. Check this out. And it's being, again, pulled out of the Gulf of Mexico, just like the last storm. Now, the difference is it's not going to be as cold as it has been in the other couple of fronts that came through here, but it can be more deadly because of tornadoes and these severe thunderstorms. Now, as the sun's setting over here in the west, guys, you can see the shadow here on these clouds, and this is the line that's going to turn into a very deadly situation. I've got a bad feeling about it, because it's just cold behind it. Look at the moisture pulling in off the Gulf right there. See this? All along this area, and it's going to feed up to you guys in North Mississippi, Alabama, and then as it gets further north into much colder air. Now, this model is a little bit concerning to me. Again, your low pressure centered right there. See where it says L? And that's going to be the engine for all of this energy being pulled out of the Gulf, being pushed to the east and the northeast. Now this we'll watch this into Sunday, 5 a.m. So guys, and it's moving very fast. Think about that. This is Saturday, February 14th. It is 6:18 now. But this is what's going to happen coming into tonight. Guys, are you ready? And then if you look right here, February 14th, and that's going into the 15th, up until right there, 6 p.m. is the last date right there. And that is exactly at 5 a.m. in the morning on February the 15th, excuse me. Check that out. Let's let it run again. And starting there, coming through Louisiana very quickly. And this bow indicates a lot of forward pressure, guys. Here's your low pressure coming in through Arkansas, North Mississippi. Check that out. And let's look at another model, guys, that goes just a little bit further in time. And this model goes out to February the 16th. There it comes through Mississippi right there. You see the low pressure up around the Arkansas line. And this is going to go further, now coming through Florida, all the way through the north central section and moving up the coast. Notice how the ice and snow start to react right here, guys. Again, as it pushes through, you're getting into colder air right there. Let's watch it. You're raining down the green, but watch as this changes. This is on 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, right there. You're getting into 5 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, starting to move offshore by 3 a.m. on February the 6th. Now there we are at 8. So again, as it gets through there, you saw the gale warnings and everything offshore. So let's look at the states that are going to be involved in this. Check it out. Right when it starts to get cold, right there. See that? West Virginia up through New York, very cold. And then again, you got, I'm not sure because of this low system, if you're not going to see a nor'easter. Look over to the west, you can see where this moisture is building up, snow and stuff in the higher elevations. Let's keep that model, but just pull it in closer to the southeast itself. Again, you can see where your snow line is, but here, guys, you got to watch it. This is coming in, and tonight we're going through Texas. It's almost to the Houston area now, right in there, and this is going to be moving very quickly. You're going to have two fronts, guys, coming through Florida Panhandle and Mobile. Look at that double lines there. Then pushing down all the way probably to where they launched the rockets there at Cape Canaveral. Check it out. And then it's just going to push really all the way to southern Florida. It looks like the strength won't be with it as it moves that far south. We'll have to wait and see. You got a high pressure setting off here, low pressure. There's your energy. And again, you've got double lines coming through you guys, probably from Mobile all the way offshore. Now, I did notice in Texas, we're starting to get some flash flood watches and warnings in that area because of heavy rainfall. Now, let's let this play through and you're going to see where the precipitation is. That is what this model indicates. We'll go right here and start it. Coming in out of Texas. Check it out. You're going to get into the darker reds or purples. That's your heaviest rain, Louisiana. You see this? Look along the coast. Then it's going to pick up right in here, back through the panhandle with the darker purples. And guys, coming again down into central Florida with this thing. Here's Lake Okeechobee pulling offshore at that point. Now, quickly on the information coming out of Tucson, Arizona. This is the article that I read from this morning, February 14th. Notice that neighbor says 1 dead, 3 detained, and they were detained and released. They were not arrested. And after SWAT team raids home as part of Nancy Guthrie investigation. Now, this lady talked to the news people, I think KVUE in Tucson, Arizona, and I went and checked that before I did the video this morning. They were putting it up. And what's happening, guys, is the fact that there's so much smoke and mirrors going on, it's almost hard to report on it. It looked like last night it had come to some type of finale, but when I came back and checked it. People are saying that they can't find any information about someone killing themselves, but they covered up the rear of one of the trucks, took some pictures, and then hauled it off. So we don't know what's there. But I tell you what I did. I went to KVUE. Now I said KVUE, but it's KVOA News Tucson right there. It's an NBC affiliate. And when you click on the link now in the article I just showed you on Gateway Pundit, sorry, the page you're looking for cannot be found. Now, either they scrubbed it because it was misinformation or they were told to drop that subject. You still got that battle between the sheriff, the FBI, and who do you trust? It's hard to say, right? But again, the page may have moved. You may have mistyped the address or followed a bad link. I clicked on the link in the article, and earlier today, this is where they were talking about, because the information on Gateway Pundit was coming from KVOA. They were talking to the lady that was saying there was a gunshot, man shot himself, killed himself, and all of that. So KVOA, they're retracting it now. Again, why? Was it misinformation, or were they told to stop it until the official narrative could come out? Remember, they weren't going to do a press release last night, and I really haven't had time to check to see if they've had one today. From what I'm looking at it, a couple of guys that are over there filming this, same old thing. Standing out there, watching the sun go down, a couple of cop cars here, sheriff's office SUV sitting there in front of the building. So we don't know what's going on. But again, KVOA has taken this down. One other thing, guys, I'll put a link below this. There's a new song. We're at 9 songs. We got one we're working on. And the new country rock video, or excuse me, CD, will be ready to be shipped and printed. I think I mentioned that Memphis had our gospel CDs in, and we're waiting for them probably Monday, because it'll come from there at Olive Branch to here. So just wanted to let you know about that. We're keeping an eye on what's going on in Tucson, but man, they're shiftier than Adam Schiff right now. It's a heads up, guys. Be safe.